Hey everyone, Chloe here, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, ladies and lurkers, welcome. So in today's video, I wanted to discuss the very commonplace ways that men run game on your lack of awareness, your low self-esteem, and your low self-worth. And this goes for all men, whether beta or alpha, or a mama's boy, or the rich dusty, or the self-proclaimed nice guy, or a withholding, stingy millionaire, or your typical lazy bum. Because when it comes to men and what's between your legs or having access to your time, men will lie and run really strong game on you to get what they want. And they will also depend on your desperation to be successful in their game because most men are conditioned to believe that when it comes to women, that a sucker is born every minute. And although it isn't your fault that men are inclined to omit the truth or to lead with deception when it comes to chasing the cat, it is your responsibility as a woman to know exactly what you want as a woman by making yourself high value and by putting yourself on a feminine pedestal so that you aren't running around like a lost chicken with your head cut off. And when a woman falls for a man's schemes, his very calculated and strategic games and tricks and sob stories, it will often involve knowing how to tug at a woman's heartstrings and knowing how to stroke a woman's ego by telling her exactly what she wants to hear. And you do yourself no favors, ladies, by sticking your head in the sand and being naive about a man's nature. And you do yourself no favors by being in denial about what men overall covet and value. Now, men are hardwired for the chase and the hunt, and as feminine women, we are the coveted prey to be pursued and captured because the rule of thumb is that the sperm will always chase the egg and not the other way around. But a feminine woman will need to educate herself with the invaluable skill of seeing the game coming before it arrives at her doorstep. And it really isn't that complicated once you understand what men want the most, which is the fun that is between your legs, and outside of that, their desire for money, power, respect, and admiration, unless they are dripping in dysfunction, which is why I am always discussing dysfunction on this channel. So here are 11 ways that men run game on your low self-worth. Number 1, he watches the way you carry yourself. Ladies, if you are sloppy, unkempt, not put together, disheveled, and pretty much inconsistent with your outward appearance, a man will consider you easy pickings and low-hanging fruit. Number 2, you are easily impressed by compliments, flattery, and word salad. So much so that you sleep with men when they have nice things to say about your accomplishments, your ability to work hard, how smart you are, blah, 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 how different you are from other women, and you fell for it. So ladies, stop allowing men to groom you and lowball you with word salad. Number 3, you think a predator and a low-value man has a specific look. Ladies, predators, con men, charlatans, and low-value men come in all shades, sizes, class levels, races, nationalities, and religions. They can also be educated, they can also be homeowners, and they can be affluent. Low value does not automatically mean the typical dustiness that we see in the ghetto or in poor neighborhoods. Number 4, he keeps you on a string by telling you what you want to hear. And the strategy of knowing how to keep a woman on the hook by stroking her ego is as old as Father Time. When a woman doesn't know who she is or what she wants, she is very easily overtaken by emotional manipulation. Number 5, speaking of flattery, what does flattery actually sound like? It sounds like you're beautiful even when you look and feel a hot, crusty mess, or when you know that you are a woman who neglects herself. He'll tell you he misses you even though he's been missing in action for 3 weeks, or he'll leave you on read with his text only to respond hours or days later. He will say that he's looking for a wife or that he wants to get married someday, keyword someday, because he knows that you are thirsty for a ring from somebody and anybody to marry you. If he tells you he loves you and he hasn't spent a dime on you, he does not love you. Flattery is the easiest con and the easiest game to run on women because it works. And it is the quickest and most effective way to run game on you and score. And women are often so desperate for attention because they do not treat themselves as high value women. Number 6, he knows that you view him as the prize. Most women are conditioned to believe that men are to be coveted and captured, especially when it comes down to the fear game of statistics, which is why so many women will do almost anything to please men. wash his laundry, tidy his apartment, cooking him breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all in exchange to just get laid. At number 7, you pick up the phone immediately when he dumped you or ghosted you 3 months ago. Ladies, when we allow men who mistreat us to have a seat at our table, we are basically telling him that our esteem is in the trash. And when men take note of your weak boundaries, they will mop you with the floor and treat you like a rag doll until you cry uncle, especially if they are narcissistic men, because narcissistic men are particularly ruthless. Number 8, you think being a nice girl impresses him. Nope. Men are attracted to women who do not allow men to walk all over them because a man's number one love language will always be respect. So if you do not respect yourself, he will never respect you, and you will not be a woman who is on his mind when you are out of his sight. So how do you get a man to respect you and value you? By walking away when you do not like what is being served at the table. If you want marriage and he doesn't, walk away. If he cannot afford to take you out to dinner, he is not a viable prospect. If he is looking to build together, he is looking for an in-house maid and a roommate. And if you've been with him over a year and you have not discussed marriage, you are a placeholder. And a placeholder is a temporary woman that a man will string along until the woman he really wants shows up. Number 9, and this will be very, very triggering for many women to hear, but most women have fallen for the campaign of internalized misogyny that has tricked them into believing that their vagina is more powerful than the next woman's. But that is an ego game that men play on women to make women feel special and more valuable than other women, because most men are keenly aware that women are willing to throw another woman down a flight of stairs to compete and to prove to a man that she is better than the next woman. And I hate to burst your bubble, but to men, vagina is vagina, and a man will take it loose, tight, old, young, skinny, flabby, wrinkled, and of any nationality, especially if the price is free $99. What makes a woman stand out and apart is her femininity, her substance, and a woman's ability to treat herself as the prize, and a woman's ability to put herself on a high value pedestal. Those are the qualities that make a woman memorable in a man's eyes, not your vagina game. At number 10, you confuse his representative with his true character. Ladies, when first meeting a man, he will always show you his representative. He is not going to tell you that he owes back taxes, or that he just had a baby last week, or that he's sleeping on a sofa, or that he dropped out of college. His job as a hunter is to sell himself as a polished and put together person. But when a woman is not thirsty or eager, a man's mask over time will eventually drop. So as a solution, learn how to properly vet men, and I've already made a video on vetting. And lastly, number 11, you are all over the place with what you desire, which will make it very difficult for you to manifest the specific life that you want. One minute you want to be a wife and mother, the next minute you want to be a CEO and an astronaut. One week you want to be a stay-at-home mom and a wife who has the time to relax and shop and dwell in her feminine. The next minute you want to run a Fortune 500 company and be a boss whose husband is a cheerleader. Now, ladies, I know that the messages about having it all can be very confusing, and I will be going live to break down this very nuanced topic. But to unconfuse you, and some of you may be triggered to hear this, you may be able to have it all, and that is a strong may, but you cannot chase it all at the same time, which is why a woman's life comes in a variety of stages. It is also the reason why a woman has a 15-year window on her fertility. As women, we are not designed to do it all and to chase it all at the same time. And trying to chase it all is why so many women end up burning a short fuse and attracting men who want nothing but role reversal. So get clear and decide what is most important for your life right now in the stage that you are in right now, and write it down, because the spirit of confusion will keep you stuck in neutral and confused and lost. And when you send mixed signals to the universe, you will get mixed results. And a predatory man will always take advantage of a confused, lost, and unsure woman. So that is all that I have to say on this for now. Most men will run game on women because men like to play games to stroke their own egos. And they also love the thrill of the chase because it keeps them from being bored. And as a woman, it is completely your responsibility to make yourself high value and to put yourself up on game so that you are not played, used up, and treated like a forgettable memory. So stay tuned for more feminine videos to come, and I will catch up with you ladies and lurkers in the next one.